So in this video, we're going to talk about how do you become a millionaire in your 20s. Yes, your 20s without giving up your lifestyle. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to be a millionaire in your 20s. So I got a decade to do it. My promise is 3 to 5 years. So we're going to talk about how do you make money, like a lot of money, really quick. How do you keep it, which means really in your 20s, this is about tax deductions. How do you get to all this lifestyle stuff as a corporate deduction? And then how do you invest it? And right now, if you're in your 20s now, this decade, you got a gold mine. Like you got to be sleeping to not be a millionaire in your 20s in this day and age. And then the big one is how are you going to do it with the team? All right, so let's start. How do you become a millionaire in your 20s? Well, first of all, you got to make a lot of money, right? So you got to say, well, what am I going to do? Well, you can find partnerships. So in my 20s, I always partnered with people older and more successful. Now they can be your same age, but then you got to think about it. Are you like just comparing opinions to somebody who hasn't done it? Like there's a lot of you, especially this next generation. Yes, and I have a 21-year-old son, so I get it, right? You kind of want to do things with your buddies, right? But are your buddies the right skill set? Do your buddies have experience, or is it just a sharing of opinions? This is critical because I know what launched me faster is I reached up, meaning in age and experience and money, to people who had a lot. And I got them to mentor me. I got on their team. I'm mentoring tons of very like older teenagers and young 20-year-old like adults and college kids. But we got to get some money in the door. So how are you going to make it? You can either join a team, like I said, join partnership, or you know what? There's tons of things you can do right now to make your own money. So if you're in school, like I look at my son right now, he's getting a finance and accounting degree. So during tax season, he was doing tons of taxes. During the school year, he was doing math and finance tutoring to all the undergraduates who needed it. What else can you do to make money? You could start a real estate. I'm a huge fan of real estate because I'm a real estate millionaire. So how can you get somebody that's older, I'd say not necessarily me, but think about that, who has money, who has a 401k potentially, has money that could actually partner with you. Go out and buy a house, do some rehabs. If you did 3 or 4 rehabs a year, which you could easily do 3, you can turn 3 easily in a year. So you do that year after year after year and have your numbers bring in for each flip 50,000. I mean, that's 150 a year. You do that for 3 years, you're at 450. You invest that properly, you're headed north, add another business to it. I mean, part of it is you're going to make the money and the other is you're going to invest the money. And during that process of making and investing, you're going to keep the money. So let's talk about that. Yes, you are above 18, you're going to get an entity, you're going to get a corporate structure. So you're going to get, if you're in the United States, you're going to get an LLC, a limited partnership, an S Corp or a C Corp. Now, if you're in real estate, it's typically an LLC. And if it's just your business, because you're going to do whatever you're going to do. I mean, think about all the technical skills you have. Most of you have grown up in an era of gaming, of technical skills. I can tell you get hacker jobs for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have a couple 20-year-olds. They are actually gamers, and they win their gaming competitions to the tune of $500,000. Those are real jobs, by the way, and the money is made inside their company. See, if you don't get this company, you don't get the legal right to do all these deductions. So the money that you make has to be made inside your company. And then your company is going to pay you a tiny little salary for what you can't deduct. That was $1 trillion tip. So again, I want you to comment on my $1 trillion tips so you understand them. Your company has the legal right to do all these deductions, and then your company pays you a little tiny salary. The bigger your salary, the worse it gets, because salaried money, remember, you're paying yourself and then it gets taxed again. Don't do a lot of that. Make a lot of money inside your company. And at a young age, you can do a lot of things. Like I have a guy right now who's actually planning to go to the NFL. Right? So in the meantime, he's doing personal training. He has an entity. We got a corporate structure right away. And he's in the South. So it's like his company structure was very, inexpensive to set up. And we helped him set up, made sure he got, that set, and then got corporate credit. He started a personal training business. He's doing quarterback camps. He has nutrition programs. He has a merchandise line of t-shirts and, he's endorsing shoes. That's like a huge thing now. And like more and more, he's carrying more of a shoe line. He's got some cool jewelry that he's going to add. So yes, as he heads to the league, he'll have his personal branding already set up. And you say, yeah, but he's going to go to the league and be a millionaire. I'm talking about before the league. Before the league, we're going to set that financial infrastructure. So we got to figure out what you're going to do to make money. Call it a side hustle, call it whatever you want to do. But I can promise you, with a side hustle, a business combined with something like real estate, you will make enough money to get there inside corporate structure. Now, once you make the money, do not do lifestyle. That's one of the reasons why I became a millionaire really fast, because I didn't do any lifestyle. In fact, I didn't even buy a home first. I owned tons of rentals, right? So in my later 20s and early 30s, I owned the rentals. I actually rented, but I owned the buildings. I owned 4plexes. I owned 16plex. I owned one in Oklahoma's 32. And then I partnered with a whole bunch of older people that had a lot of money, and I got into a unit that had 178 units. And that was like my millionaire home run. So get into real estate, into some of those categories. And yes, you can be a crypto millionaire. But for a lot of you, if you don't know how to divest back into cash right now, which is still the currency of choice, you're going to have some challenges. There's a lot of arbitrage millionaires where you're just watching the coin or the token go up and down. So yes, get into it. So in your 20s, I mean, the other benefit in your 20s, you have some room to make some mistakes. Right? To try a few things, risk a few things. Putting a mentor by your side, yes, that would be me. You will reduce your risk and your failure rates. So you're going to make it, you're going to keep it, you're going to invest it. Ideally, I would invite you to use my team, because you're going to need a team to help you and move very quickly. So before I tell the story of another 20-year-old who's doing it in solar and green energy, which I know like your whole decade of generation is into that. Before I do that, I want you to comment right now. If you wanted to be a millionaire, first of all, yes or no, right? Yes, I want to be a millionaire. Put in the comments. And how do you think you're going to do it based on the ideas I just shared with you? What would be your ideas that you want right now to become a millionaire? And let me share a story of a guy who's got solar. He's got a very unique patent. Yes, you can get a patent in 20. Actually, you can get a patent at any age on a solar technology that actually not only just, creates the traditional solar power, it actually creates cooling agents. So it's a very different solar. He's actually creating so much energy, he's selling it back to the grid. So he's kind of becoming his own utility company, which is really cool. And then he's using the solar to create digital mining. So yes, in these containers, creating digital currency mining and putting all the software in. Where did he get the money for it? He used investors. I showed him how to go get investors to actually run this. So solar, digital currency mining, I can promise you he's probably a 24-month millionaire. There are so many ideas. My job as a mentor is to help you put the ideas together, package it in a right way that you can see the success very, very, very quickly. So what I want you to do right now is I'm going to give you a gift. And I really want you to take it seriously. I want you to click on the link. It's below. And you're going to take my financial personality quiz. I just want to know more about you. So what it's going to do is going to tell me, where you are today. Do you have stagnant cash flow? Have you stayed like a sole proprietor, which is amazing to me how many people are still sole proprietor and you're a legal adult. It's going to tell me if you have any lazy assets. Maybe you got some inheritance and you're sitting on some cash and you're blowing it versus investing it. And it's also going to show me if you're just a lifestyle junkie. You make it, spend it, make it, spend it. So take the quiz, let me know who you are, stay in our conversation, make sure you subscribe, go get my gift. Click on the link.